Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Today we're just gonna chill in my sketchbook. I got this new plant, this little beautiful string of pearls at the plant store. So I just had a chill morning the other day and I wanted to hang out in my sketchbook and paint this little guy along with another one of my plants. I haven't named this string of pearls, so if you have any good names, I was thinking like Dot or something, but I thought that might be too boring. So anyways, if you have good plant names for this guy, let me know. He's so tiny and adorable, and I just really wanted to chill and do like a stress-free paint and a stress-free video. So no script, no real plan. I just one thing about me is I love to yap. So I think we're just going to do some yapping. For all the supplies people out there, I'm starting off here with the Derwent Inktense ink pans. So they look like watercolor, and I always get compliments on this watercolor, but they are actually not watercolor. They are inks. They're really interesting because they activate with water, but then once you get them on the paper, they actually interact like ink would. So once they dry, I don't even know how this is possible, but once they are fully dry, you can't reactivate them with water on the paper. And they layer like an ink. You've ever used like waterproof ink from the bottle before operates like that. And so it's really interesting and fun to play with. I had a little challenge going here in just my head. There was no real challenge, but I wanted to try to do the sketchbook spread only using materials that were like paint or ink that weren't in like single use containers, if that makes sense. So I didn't want to use like any of my pens or anything like that that is in a non-reusable uh is that's in a non-reusable container. I One of my New Year's resolutions was to try to use more materials like this that just have longer use, because there's nothing I hate more than using pens or like microns or anything and then them running out of ink and either having to figure out how to refill them or just throw them away. So yeah, that's what I was trying to do here. I do cheat a little bit at the end. I ended up using some Crayola super tips at the end. That was the only single use plastic pen that I used in this. But yeah, so I'm still getting back to a regular posting schedule. I'm trying to get back on my feet. I was actually just gone on a trip to France for a couple of weeks. I was visiting family that I haven't gotten to see in like 10 years. And they hadn't gotten to meet my husband yet. We've only been married for 2 years. So I got to bring him out there and meet the rest of my family that he hasn't gotten to meet. And it all went super well. And it was a really fun time. I haven't been over in like 10-ish years, not since I was like a teenager. So this is my first adult abroad trip, and it was really, really great and just so good to see everybody. But now I'm back in the studio, just trying to get back into the swing of things. I guess the biggest thing that I have coming up that I need to focus on is SPX, Small Press Expo, which is in Bethesda, Maryland. In September, I'm going to be there, but I need to start getting my store ready. Yeah, I got to get the store ready. I need to restock my prints. I just ordered a bunch of print paper that should be coming in the mail soon, because I actually haven't restocked those since Mocha Fest, which I know is really bad, but I've just had a lot going on. And yeah, prepping for that. I really want to debut a new comic at SPX, and I'm just racking my brain trying to come up with any kind of concept that I'm interested in, but I haven't found one yet. And so here I decided that I wanted some ink, so I went in with my Jacques Bend glass dip pen and some waterproof, I think this might be acrylic ink. I missed the label there. I'll put it on the screen. I'm still trying to get the hang of this glass dip pen, but it's really fun to use. But I feel like everything I do with it looks a little bit clumsy. But that's okay. That's what a sketchbook is for, right? Just to have fun and experiment with new materials. So yeah, I guess another big thing that I'm currently working on, I am working on getting ready to open up a Patreon for the very first time, which is so exciting, but also so scary. I'm very grateful to have the community that I have online, but it's hard to, I don't know, I always feel a little guilty trying to do anything that like monetarily benefits me on the internet. And that's my own issue, and I know that. Like I feel like I need to really sit down with myself and say, I'm I do good work and I love what I do, and there might be people out there who want to support me. And for the record, nobody is expected to join this. Like, I don't want anybody to feel any kind of pressure, and this is not me taking a step away from the content I'm already making. This is just, if you like what I do and you want to support me in another way, I would love to have you. But there's no pressure and there's no hard feelings. Like, I know that Patreon is a luxury, 100% a luxury. So, but yeah, I went through and did all of my little like rewards banners today, and that was really fun. I'm pretty happy with the way they came out, but I'm planning on opening that up August 1st, just because I'm doing a sticker club and I don't want to open it up for July and have anybody sign up for that. And then I wasn't planning on doing a sticker this month. I was planning on starting that next month. So yeah, I was just going to start it August 1st, and I'm sure I'll be posting about it once it's up, if you're interested. But again, there's absolutely no pressure on that. But I've seen other creators who have sticker clubs, and that's honestly the biggest reason I started Patreon. There's going to be other tiers, of course, like digital goodies, and I was thinking of doing like PDF scans of my sketchbooks when I finished, but it just seems so fun to have that time to just do a silly little drawing once a month and then make it exist, because that's one of my favorite parts of making art, is like doing something and then having it in my hand. And I feel like I don't actually do that often enough, because it's just such a good mood booster to me. I find that I really benefit from a very structured life schedule. And with freelancing, I am the creator of that schedule all the time. So if I put time into my monthly schedule to make art like that, I feel like it's only going to benefit me in the long run. And I think, Patreon is just like the cherry on top for that, where I have to put in time if people are, paying me to make this sticker club. So yeah, I find that I need to schedule that time out to have fun, because I do work a lot. I'm working a lot on the graphic novel right now. I'm still inking, but that is going to be done in January. So that definitely takes up the most of my time. I'm working on that. But yeah, I hope that you guys are doing okay. What's new? What are you watching? I am watching currently 90 Day Fiancé UK season 3. That's like my little guilty pleasure. I love 90 Day Fiancé. I also started the new season of The Bear. I love The Bear, but I have the weirdest thing where that show stresses me out so badly that I feel like I can only watch one episode a week. Like, let me know if you feel the same way. But like watching Carmen like ruin his own life is really stressful. I mean, there's a lot of it's such a good show, but I don't know, I just get really stressed out watching it. So now I am actually going in with gouache. I believe this is called Stone Ground Paint Company. I actually bought this right before my trip to France on a whim. It's a small company. I think they're based in Canada. I'm not sponsored by them. I just picked these up, and these are gouache pans, and I put them in this adorable little cat tin. I asked my mom, I told her I needed like a little Altoids tin or something to put these colors in, and she just like pulled this out of somewhere in her house and gave it to me, and it's the cutest little thing ever. I'm obsessed with it. But it was fun because I wanted to like pick out like sort of primary colors, but all of the colors be a little bit off. So I picked like this peachy orangey, and that sort of serves as my yellow. And then I did pick out 2 blues, and then that pink, it sort of serves as my red. I wanted it to be like a mixing palette, but also like a unique mixing palette. Do you know what I mean? I tried to pick like summery colors. But yeah, I honestly love all the colors that are in this selection that I picked out. I love the green the most, and the pink. No, I love them all, honestly. That baby blue, purpley periwinkle gets used a lot in my sketchbooks. And this sketchbook that I'm using is actually new. I, for the life of me, can't remember what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. I bought this on a whim at the art store because they didn't have my normal brand. But this is so normally I use a mixed media sketchbook, but this is a watercolor sketchbook. So it is way thicker paper. It's meant to take, water-based media. And I've just been having so much fun. My mixed media sketchbooks, they do okay with water-based medium. They can usually take like 1 to 2 washes, but this paper sucks up water, and I can really like paint in here. So this sketchbook I feel like looks a lot different than some of my other ones because I've been doing a lot of ink painting, a lot of gouache, a little bit of watercolor. Um, but I've been really enjoying exploring all of these mediums. I mean, I've used these mediums tons when I was in art school, but I feel like I'm kind of getting back into it here and it's really refreshing, I think. Another benefit of this sketchbook is that it is much, since the paper is so much thicker, it is much shorter. There's only like 30 spreads, I think, in this whole sketchbook. So hypothetically, I will have another sketchbook tour out pretty soon. I mean, I'm already halfway through this sketchbook, but it's definitely pricier than what I usually go for, and but I like it. I think I'd probably buy it again. Again, I'm not sponsored. I just like to try it. I have an unhealthy obsession with art supplies. Over here, I was painting these like orange blobs, and then I was trying to make like little landscapes with just like 2 or 3 colors. And I didn't actually really end up continuing this idea. By the end of this video, I wouldn't necessarily say I'm finished with this spread. If you know anything about like my sketchbooks or my sketchbook process, I tend to like start a sketchbook spread and then come back to it in a couple days and then add some stuff and cover up things I didn't like. So this one was definitely a work in progress. I only had like an hour this morning that I filmed to sit here and draw. So yeah, there just like wasn't a ton of time. And then on this other side, I've been replaying Sonic Adventure 2. So I've been raising, when I say playing Sonic Adventure 2, I mean just getting through the normal levels that I have to so that I can raise chows because I am a chow lover. So I decided to draw some chows with that dip pen again. Even when I was a kid playing that game, basically all I wanted to do was raise the chows. I mean, the game was fun too, but especially when I was a kid, it was really complicated. And I just wanted to do like the chow preschool and like I only raised the angel chows when I was a kid though, because I couldn't be mean to them. I didn't know that, I mean, this is like deep Sonic lore. I didn't know like if you just played as Shadow or Rouge or Eggman and like went in there and were nice to the chows, that would turn them dark too. Okay, so like if you know nothing about Sonic Adventure 2, you can raise chows and you can raise like normal chows and good chows and evil chows. So if you're playing as Sonic and you pet the chows, it makes them like more angel, right? Because they're the good guys or whatever. And if you play as Sonic and you're mean to the chows, it makes them evil, right? And that like changes their whole like design aesthetic, I guess. So yeah, I didn't realize though that if you play the evil characters and you're good to the chows, it turns them evil, and if you're mean to the chows, it turns them good. It's like the opposite of the Sonic hero characters. I didn't know that, so I just like didn't have any evil chows because I like couldn't stand smacking them around. I don't even know why that's an option, but it is. This was my Sonic Adventure 2 chow farming rant. If anybody in the world connects with that at all, please let me know in the comments because I feel like I just sound like a crazy person now. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of this video. Thank you so much if you got this far listening to me yap. Here's a couple shots of the sketchbook spread as it looks now. I did go in and like colored pencil in some of the chows, but that's the only thing that's really changed. But yeah, I loved doing this and like a little low stress sketchbook stuff. Yeah, I hope you guys are doing well and I'll talk to you again soon. Okay, bye.